Hey guys, Mitch here from the TheAudioDabbler YouTube channel, and today I'm going to take a look at ForeverBeats. It is a beat, let me read the description. ForeverBeats is a melodic step sequencer for making new beats and hooks, jamming with new ideas, and building new compositions. And I've had it for about probably 10 minutes this morning, and I thought, just kind of do a first impressions kind of quick review on it. So without further ado, let's move the camera down to the iPad. Alright, this right here is ForeverBeats. It's the interface, and plug my headphones in so I can hear. Basically, from the 10 minutes that I've been playing with it, it seems like it's like this little step sequencer. It's got some built-in parts. Like the first part is a kick. So you got all these parts over here. There's the menu. It's kind of here. You got some arrangements you can load up. You can create a new one. You can do MIDI sync. One thing that I don't notice, it does not have Ableton Link. I will email the developer and see. This is where you turn background audio on or off. And then, let's see. So you kind of got, a 16-step sequencer. You got 1, 2, 6 parts. And each can be kind of broken up individually. With down here in this little break section, which is kind of cool. You got the tempo, you got the just major, you got your scales and stuff. So this right here, I have also in the background running, I have iM1 with some different patches on multi-mode, and let's just press play. This was just what I was just playing around with this morning. And what's cool, you see this little one right here, you click on it and you got different kind of patterns, and so you can string a song together. And it's pretty responsive. My iPad screen's messed up a little bit, but you get the idea. It can be really responsive as far as switching back and forth between the little parts that you want to do. You can copy those parts and then go into the parts and then unclick that and then change what you want to. So if I wanted to copy that, go into it. I could lower. So you got pitch and velocity over here for each of the set of sequences. So if you want to adjust the velocity on some of those kicks on a part, maybe double them up. And then you can easily switch back to part 2, part 1. One thing I was having fun with earlier is, here's the different keys. So it's pretty responsive. Like, there's no lag at all whenever you're switching different keys, and you could create extra different melodic elements and that, and you could pipe all this out to whatever DAW you wanted to, or you could probably I haven't tested that. Obviously you could pipe out the audio, because some of the audio is coming from ForeverBeats and some of it's coming from iM1. You could pipe that into Cubasis or whatever you have, or you could pipe out the MIDI channels, because they are sending different MIDI notes per section, and record that in, and then you can start arranging it however you want to. And so so I think this first part's reserved for like a kick, and you have some presets here, and then you can, if you create one that you want, you can save it. And then this one is more for a snare. You got a metal, so this is kind of like its own little synthesizer, little mini synthesizer, dronies, FMs, and some pad sounds. And what's really cool is each of these can send out their own MIDI notes to a specific app or channel, or both. So I have this one sending to iM1 channel 1. I have this one sending to iM1 channel 2, and so on and so forth. I think I have that one sending to channel 5. And what's cool about it is like you can solo and you can adjust the volume. Now you can't, it doesn't say once it's sending MIDI out, it does not, this volume doesn't affect the MIDI. And so it's still, you can turn the volume solo and turn the volume all the way down, but you're still getting the MIDI from all the other channels, it seems like. Let me think what else. So yeah, under the little MIDI settings, you can send out different whatever notes that you want to send out, and then you can do it in percussion mode. And I played around with it a little bit. It seems like it, it kind of just lowers the octaves, everything down to kind of like the standard MIDI percussion notes, which is pretty cool. You can shift the MIDI around, you can reverse it, mute and solo. It's got 2 LFOs up here at the top that you can adjust, sawtooth, sine, and a square, and you can adjust the rate. And each of these can be controlled by the LFOs. And I do like this one because it does give you a visual feedback of what the LFO is doing. And so I have this one going LFO 1, and so you can get an understanding of what LFOs do. See, the square is kind of making it all the way on and all the way off, and you can adjust the rate of it. And then as far as the depth, it's going to be based on where it is. So if I start out way down here with this right here completely off, and I turn LFO 1 on, so it's going to go on off, on off, on off, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a cool little thing to be able to play around with the LFOs. Even though it's a very simple LFO setup, it's still something that could kind of get you to help you wrap your head around how the LFOs work if you're not exactly sure what an LFO does. And stuff. You can kind of see based on the rate and everything what it would do. So that's pretty cool. I thought. And let's see what else. So down here, I haven't exactly figured out what all it's doing, but this break section. Obviously, this one is kind of like a 16 bar break. You can have it kind of jump around. And you can have it affect only the track that you're on, or all the tracks. So if you have it affecting only the track that you're on, all the rest of them are going to play normal. Or you can go through and adjust the beats to each of these. I don't have anything on those. So each of these have their own little break section, or you can go back and so there's a lot of cool little ways you can play around and just create little jam sessions and melodic, some melodies with a nice little bass. So let me bring up one of the presets here. kind of give you the idea of how it sounds. So this is kind of just a basic beat. And so then if I wanted to bring in something like, I guess I just like using iM1 because it has that multi-mode and you can get just such a wide variety of sounds. So sorry if all my demos or a lot of my demos are using iM1, but so if we wanted to kind of just play around, let's put a piano and 1, and let's kind of see what we can do here. We add the MIDI. Adjust the octave. Okay, so if in 2 I wanted, what do we want in 2? Let's see, like a little bass. So I mean, it's really easy, and the velocity also, if you can, what do we got here? This metal, so if we can kind of adjust the velocity. So that's one thing I've learned with hi-hats and stuff. If you want to get that kind of dynamic range of stuff, you know, you really need to mess with the velocity. So let's send it to channel 3. Still lead. Let me bring the octave down. And so, I mean, you can easily build up some different things. And so you find something you like, just copy it, you know, and you can set it to repeat however many times. So it's got a nice little song mode. You can loop and just have it loop around. And there's just, I don't know, it's just such a fun little app. And I'm surprised it wasn't on my radar. Maybe because I didn't see any videos that intrigued me or just hadn't had time to really look at it. But this thing is awesome. And I'm not telling you to buy it, but I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this. And I will talk to you guys later.